Hey guys, Artosis here with the CasterMuse Star League Season 4. We're in the round of 4, and it is a best of 7. This is game number 6. If you haven't seen the others, go check them out. But here we go. Game 6 between Action and Free. This one is on Windbreak Ridge. And it has been kind of a crazy series so far. Action taking the first 3 maps with some aggressive plays. And Free starting a little bit of a comeback. We're going to see if he can keep that up and bring us to a game 7. And it looks like he's going to do a very cheesy opening here. Look at this. One of his first probes going across the map. He has almost no workers as of yet. So it looks like it's probably going to be a proxy gateway. Very quick Zealot rush, very likely coming in. Wants to dodge that Overlord. Oh, that would be death if the Overlord sees this probe. You are not going to win that game. Throws down the pylon. This could be a fast one. Free trying to catch Action off guard, and let's see if Action can end up seeing this. Oh my god, the Overlord looks like it's just gonna miss. Look how close that is. It's insane. Oh my god. Just barely doesn't see it. Just barely doesn't see it. That would have been actually just losing straight up for Free. If you see that pylon, Zerg just makes the spawning pool, and this is going to be a very tough game for you. But you know what? If you don't see it coming, if he goes hatchery first with the gateways this close, Free might just pick up a win immediately here. All right, Action does go for that hatchery. Let's see if he makes any drones before that spawning pool. No, he's not going to. He's going to go spawning. Oh! Drone. Uh-oh. This is getting worse by the moment. Oh, another drone. He's being really greedy with this opener. And look, now he's going to end up seeing it, and he is not going to be happy with what he sees. A gateway as his Overlord goes forward. He turns it around. Spawning pool immediately. There's no real reason, I guess, to cancel this. Yeah, okay. He cancels the hatchery. Like, how do you actually win from this? I think you're going to have to make creep colonies because this is going to be such a strong attack. The drone goes forward to try to harass on that probe to slow it down. A second hatchery in the main base. Okay, a creep colony going down. A very good SimCity there. But how are you going to stay alive? Multiple zealots being made. Both sides only on 11 workers. I guess this drone over across the map. That's not really going to probably end up doing very much. Free walks around to start hitting that creep colony, and he is going to be able to kill it before it even morphs. This is rough stuff. A second zealot comes in. Another creep colony being made. He did cancel that hatchery. Oh my god. And so that can't be a sunken anymore. This one going to try. He is making some Zerglings. All the drones have to fight. Okay, he's going to see if he can glitch these all the way. The Zealots, though, so much health, so much damage, and I think that's... he's gonna bust it? I think that's it, man. There's no way you're gonna kill these 4 Zealots with what you have 4 Zerglings. GG, the quickest game yet. Let's just go into game 7. All right. That was a crazy one. Free able to bring it to game 7 some way, somehow. It's been a crazy series back and forth. A little bit streaky, of course. We have in the 12 o'clock position here on Blindside, Action. And down at 6 o'clock, we have Free. Of course, Free taking such a crazy risk there, but it absolutely paid off. Action just a little bit too greedy on his opener, not scouting those proxy gates by just a hair's breadth. It was a wild way to lose. Anyways, Blindside is our least played map here in the CasterMuse Star League. We've seen it, I want to say, like 1 time up to this point in the tournament. You know, obviously it's being one of the newer maps, it doesn't get played as much, but it seems pretty cool so far. The probe going ahead and making the pylon and then going out for the scout. Of course, this is a 2-player map, guys. Oh, I got mine at Tracy's. All right. The Overlord coming down across. A lot of interesting terrain on the map. Right, this is all unbuildable stuff. We have a lot of little bushes and things like that, which can provide some cover. The probe going across. And we'll see what Action has planned here. Obviously, he got caught going for a very greedy play that last game. Looks like he does want to go hatchery first. And Free looks like he will chase the drone a little bit. See if he can prevent that at all. Yeah, it looks like the drone going to have to turn back and fight for now. He might end up throwing down a pylon. It's not too bad of a play against a hatchery first to block it. Is microing really heavily on this probe so far. Doing a great job blocking. Of course, the drones can end up beating the probe, and they do push it out for now. Of course, you have to keep that probe alive, and you do want to at a high health as well. So you actually snaked back and try to get him. Because if you do lose the probe, then you can't scout for things like the 3-hatch Hydra all-in, which is just so deadly against Protoss. Now the probe comes up in the main base, sees that he did force the hatch, or the pool first out of action. It's not the end of the world for action, but obviously his build order has been screwed up a little bit. Now action going around with the drone. Looks like he wants to make his 3rd hatchery right away. And looks like that's the location he wants to make it in. Kind of a wide open base, this one. As you can see, there's a lot of ramps leading up to it. Damn, this map really does look cool, doesn't it? When you zoom out and look at it a little bit. I've never seen a map that looks like Blindside. Big cheers to CasterMuse for putting on this tournament and giving us some very cool maps like Windbreak Ridge and Blindside to see some games on. Anyways, we have the Forge expansion here from Free. Since he forced the pool first, he throws the cannon down. He'll be going for a gateway next. There it is. And of course, he'll go up into his tech from here, probably into Corsair. Be a little bit surprised if he goes for anything else, but we've seen, you know, people do like to mix in like non-Stargate plays, just quick speed Zealot type builds. I doubt that we'll see that, but you know, it's game 7. Anything's possible. Kind of a cool thing, actually. Again, another feature I've never seen. A little river inside the main base. So this is a vision line of sight blocker. You can't see like drops or flying units coming in, but also they can't drop right here because you have that little river. Really, really cool ideas here on Blindside. So action right now, just kind of droning up a little bit. He is getting the layer. This is all pretty standard. As Free right now, you're feeling pretty safe. When you see that layer, you know that they're most likely just going to go into Spire. Probably for Scourge. Of course, you can go Muta if you want, but Corsairs could end up punishing that. Cybernetics Core on the way here for Free. Not a whole lot else going on. A secondary probe actually sent out. I wonder why he's sending the probe. Oh, maybe because this one's so low that he just wants to get another. He knows that he's going to end up losing this one, right? Like over time, the Zerglings will eventually catch the probe. It does heal up some, so you can see it's actually, it stays alive for a long time, but yeah, there it finally goes. Oh, he turned the probe around. Okay. Anyways, the Zealot goes through. And these trees, as you can see, we're actually, this is probably why it's called Blindside. It's a little bit like the map Whiteout, where you lose some vision going through the forest. Now, here he goes with this single Zealot, but plenty of Zerglings here to make it turn around. Oh, we have the Stargate coming up. +1 air attacks. No +1 for the ground units as of yet. Zergling speed just about to finish, so that Zealot not going to stay alive for much longer here. Yeah, there you go. Going to be caught and surrounded. And the Spire is coming. Only 1 gas, but you still can go Muta with the 1 gas if you really want to. Again, I feel like it'll probably just be the Scourge to push back. That's a little bit more action style. But we'll see about that. The Citadel on the way. And +1 as well. So we'll see if he wants to go into just legs right away for those Zealots, or if he wants to go ahead and grab the Templar Archives, get some Psystorm out there. Now look at the mini-map right now in the bottom left of the screen. You can see all the green dots swarming around the map. Action is scouting like a madman. He's almost revealed the entire map to himself. And he does see the Corsair coming out, so he knows that it's not something like a very quick 4-gate speed lot rush. The Corsair comes in, it sees the 3 hatcheries at the 3rd base, it sees the Spire finishing, and it knows it can get an Overlord here. Certainly that looks like it's going to be Scourge Eggs, so he's going to want to hightail it out of here afterwards. Another hatchery here as well. So it looks like it is going to be a 6 hatchery Hydralisk follow-up. Hydra speed on the way, as well as that +1 or 5 hatchery, sorry. +1 ranged attack from the evolution chamber there. All right, the Corsair turns around. But look at this. He's actually trying to head it off. Oh, this is actually quite the chase scene here. Notice how he's leading with a couple Scourge too. He's going to try to catch it when it turns. Now watch this. The Corsair, it has to juke a little bit against these Scourge. Let's see if he can keep it alive. Oh, and he just gets it back. That was very close to action catching it. There's so much micro going on right now over that cannon. The other 2 Scourge just going to search out the main base. He's going to see a cannon there, lose a Scourge, unfortunately for him, but sees the gateway ad times and everything like that. He saw the Templar archive, so he knows he has to be wary about a Dark Templar coming out. In fact, there's the first one. Just walks right past those Zerglings. There is an Overlord here, so he might take a little damage. No, wiggles out of there pretty quickly. Another Scourge ends up going down. And yeah, just the kind of to and fro that you normally see in the early mid-game of Protoss vs. Zerg. Now, Overlord speed is coming up to help deal with those those Dark Templars. A lot of Hydras being pumped out here as well. Hydralisk range, about 1/3 the way done. He already has the speed upgrade for them. Notice he has some Hydralisks stationed with an Overlord here at the 3rd base. Of course, at the entrance here, he has 3 Overlords and the rest of his Hydras. The main base, you don't need anything yet because there's no Robo right now. His Scourge has actually got a good scout off in the main base, so he can tell, like, okay, there's no DT drop coming yet. Maybe something he has to look for later on. Some additional cannons being added on. 5 hatchery Hydralisk busts are a real thing, actually, right? So there's the 3 hatchery, you try to catch them early on where they might not have enough cannons because they're having a hard time scouting you. And then there's the 5 hatch, which can come before you actually have Psy Storm ready. That's kind of the idea behind that one, right? We'll see if he actually tries the bust. It doesn't seem like that's what he's doing. Like maybe a little pressure at the front, get the forge, get the gateway. That's really annoying, right? He just started his +1 armor, so if you lose that, that's a pain in the butt. But yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to really push all in with those Hydras right now. Just kind of massing up. In fact, we see the Lurker upgrade started, an additional hatchery as well, some more drones being produced, and again, action going very high on that drone count, 42 already. The Corsair is actually getting a couple Overlord kills, which will supply block action. Free making quite a nice army for himself right now. Didn't have to cancel that +1 armor, which is really sweet for him. He's up at 6 gates. And, you know, he has some High Templars in here, as well as quite a few Zealots with speed and +1. So this is kind of a scary army, especially if he gets some good Psy Storms down. Look how crowded this base is. I could see him maybe trying to put some pressure up there. And if he does, that's a situation where you might be able to get a Storm off that kills a lot of drones. Don't forget that we've seen action so far. Pretty greedy with his drone counts, like really pumping that up to get his macro flowing. So this could end up being a very strong kind of harassment attack. Like it's an attack, but definitely the Psy Storm on drones could occur. A lot of Hydras coming out. Of course, if the Hydras clump up, he might be able to just take a battle like that as well. In these dark areas, this is better for melee units. Oh my god, the Hydras sniped down 2 High Templars immediately. Beautifully done there from action, but the Zealots now getting on top of everything at the 3rd base. Lurkers come out and do end up burrowing, so that's a lot of splash damage going down on these Zealots. It looks like they are going to have to retreat, and that was a perfect hold from action. I can't believe he sniped those first 2 High Templars instantaneously, really utilizing those trees. Normally an area where Zealots will destroy Hydras because of the lack of vision. But yeah, it ended up paying off for action that time. Now the Lurker is going down for what looks like might end up being a containment strategy here. Gonna go ahead and start burrowing. He wants to make sure they're all a Psy Storm apart, so you can't hit 2 with a single Storm. Well done there. More gateways have been added, so we're up to 8 gates right now for free. So he's definitely going to go really heavily on the attack. Oh, the DT saved there by killing the Overlord. In the meantime, we have the Zealots doing a counterattack to the 3rd base. One Lurker does burrow, which will add a bunch of damage, but he has enough Zealots here that he starts to kill off all these Hydras. And of course, the Corsairs being comboed with that. All the Hydras fighting for their lives, can't protect the Overlords, and he gets a massive supply block, killing 3 or 4 Overlords there. 94 of 78 supply. So Action has to remake those before he can do anything else. Some beautiful play coming out of Free. Looking back at Free's base, you can see he's getting the observatory, getting some observers out. A lot of Dragoons being produced. Dragoon range is now done. He's got 1/1 upgrades. He's got Psystorm. So it looks like he's giving himself an excellent opportunity to bust out of this containment at his earliest time available, basically. The Corsairs still so active on the map. Look at this supply blocking action once again. Free is looking fantastic right now. I tell you, like, when he went down 0-3, you have to look at that and say there's no way a player like Action will lose 4 games in a row. But right now, we're in Game 7. Free has been supply blocking Action nonstop. Action's economy, while he got a good amount of drones, he doesn't have that much going on. He has a very light contain here. Look, only 4 lurkers. He does have a good amount of Hydras. Maybe he can pick off observers and buy a lot of time there. But Free knows everything that's going on. His Corsair usage has been immaculate. He knows the timing of the space. He knows the hatcheries, the upgrades, the tech, everything. And the amount of Dragoons he's made here. Yeah, I was just going to say you should probably kill off this gateway. Maybe even this cannon, to be honest, just for quickness of movement. But if you look at his army, it looks like it's going to crush out of here. Action definitely not going to hold on here unless he snipes all the observers super fast. Looks like Free even going to take down the forge. He wants everything out of the way so he can smoothly move out. This is an important moment. Can he break off this contain? The observer comes out and actually gets stormed, so he kills his own observer there. Now, I was saying the key to making this contain last longer was killing the observer. I did not think that is how it would go down. The next observer comes out. Okay, it is time now. He can try to break out once again. Has to keep this observer alive. Floats around to the side, pulls it back right now. Running forward, a few zealots running forward to actually take the splash damage, the attacks from those lurkers. And Free looks like he's about to bust out. The rest of the army coming for action, but is it too late? Free moving out into the map. This is a nice little high ground area for Action. He starts to come down, but this is perfect for Psystorm. Let's see if we can have any actually be cast from Free as 2 Psystorms on this High Templar. Throws one down, a beautiful Psystorm, a beautiful second one as well. So much damage is put out, and Free starting to bust out, moving forward right now. One of the observers gets picked, the other one going to be fine as he has to evacuate the area. Right now, Action backing up, going over these ramps. Ooh, a rallied Hydra actually slows him down. Going to lose a couple extra Hydras because of that. He has to end up holding his bases here. Free moving forward with such a strong army. A lot of Dragoons, a lot of Zealots, some High Templars still mixed in. Looks like we have 2 Storms with this army right now. More being sent out, though. Let's see if he can take this. The Zealots moving forward. The Hydras microing back and forth, trying to pick off the High Templars. He does get one right there. No Psystorm out of that one, so a good pick off. Backing up here now, actually. The Ursidon helping a little bit there. It can get in the way. Some good Psystorms going down. The Dragoons trying to hit onto the high ground, missing some shots, but enough Zealots to push everything back. Not that much left over here for Action. This is looking like Free might be able to take it and go to the finals. Some fantastic play coming out of Free. Can he put an end to Action here? Another Psystorm not ready yet on this one. And look at this. The rallies of Free just look too strong. GG, that is it. And Free goes to the round of 2, the finals.